Specifically, anybody that's near the beam and the crane, we'd like you to come over this way because we're going to start the erection after the discussion, and we want you to be out of the controlled ascent zone. You're right where you need to be, right there close, Michael. Welcome, airside, to the Jacksonville International Airport, which I believe is the best airport in the United States. Thank you on behalf of Balfour Beatty and all our subcontractor partners to the JA board, Mark and your leadership team, for trusting us to build your vision. I'd like to give a specific thank you to the JA engineering team, Davy Jones, Derek Bowder, John Del Giudice. Without your leadership, this project would not be a success. 15 months ago, we started removing about 15,000 cubic yards of pavement, put over 600 piles in the ground, we've poured over 2,500 cubic yards of concrete, and we've installed over 4,500 pieces of steel. That's a great accomplishment on a project that's this complex. It takes a great team of architects and engineers. I'd like to thank Jacobs and RS&H, but more importantly, it takes a team, a workforce that's put over 300,000 hours out here already, and that's amazing. We appreciate you, we thank you. You've done it safely, you've done it on schedule, and Mark, we've done it on budget. So, very proud. All right, Mark, 18 months, we're going to turn over another 6 gates to you. We're going to turn over 200,000 square feet that you need to maintain and operate. But for right now, all I can give you is this stage and this microphone, so take it away.
We have been waiting so long for this. I first saw drawings of this done by our own Jacksonville proud RS&H. And then COVID hit us and stopped everything in its tracks, and then we had to start it back up again. But today is a major milestone, and this is something that happens whenever you're topping off a facility. It's a kind of a big deal for us. It's a $300 million investment in Jacksonville. This gives us more gates, more flights, and our staff will be filling this concourse with the restaurants that you have been bugging us about for all these years to put in Jacksonville Airport. They're coming. And then also the modern conveniences all of our passengers, really request. I want to thank also our local team, Balfour Beatty here, RS&H, Jacobs, the Florida Department of Transportation, and also the Federal Aviation Administration, who had to approve all of this. So we appreciate their partnership. But more importantly, I want to thank the workers here that actually put this thing up. Don't think that we didn't see you working on Saturdays and at night till dark, and the windstorms that would come up and you'd all run for cover, but you stayed on the project and you got it to where we are today. So this little show today is all about all of you that helped us do this. So I want to thank you for your hard work. That's all I have to say. I know the F-35s are due back in town very shortly, so I want to get us out of here before that happens. So let's get the beam up in the air. Thank you.
place for barbecue. 11 o'clock, barbecue starts to be served over at the Flex Warehouse. Thank you all for coming.
Workers kind of vibe. I realize you're not cutting this packet, but
yeah. Are we doing that?
Oh, are we just gonna? We're just okay.
Tell us where you want us. Just right up to here. Mark Van Loo, CEO of Jacksonville Aviation Authority.
David Hodges, Board Chair, Jacksonville Aviation.
What's it like being out here today? Finally getting to this point.
It's been a long time. Stop, start. We've been waiting for this for decades, and so it's coming to fruition, and we're very excited for everybody in Jacksonville.
Obviously, the folks at home are going to want to know, we see the shell here, but when are we going to be able to actually get flights out of this concourse?
Next Christmas, we will be opening this facility, along with the new parking garage, same time.
You mentioned that a topping out ceremony is a big deal. For our folks at home who don't know what that is, maybe don't do a lot of construction, can you kind of explain it to us?
Every major project that I know of, even not in the aviation industry, the last piece of steel that goes on the facility is called the topping out. They always put the American flag on it, and then also a pine tree, which is a Scandinavian tradition that I can't even tell you when that started, but it's a symbol of good luck and prosperity.
You mentioned a lot of folks have been asking you for restaurants. Can you give us a tease as to what restaurants might be going in here?
I cannot until our board has approved that agreement in November, but it's the restaurants that everybody's been asking us for years.
Now, you mentioned that this was in the making, prior to COVID.
Yes.
Can you just elaborate how long this took to actually come to fruition and get that beam up there?
In 2008, when terminals A and C were opened, they contemplated building Concourse B, but the economy wasn't the greatest at the time. They decided to put it off. So right after 2008, they started thinking about this. And again, when I came 7 years ago, it was on the drawing books, but we really didn't have the muscle to go forward. And we decided with the board's approval to make it happen.
And you mentioned economic challenges. There's 2008 recession, there was the COVID pandemic 2020. And arguably this year we're seeing a lot of challenges with tariffs. Would you say you kind of fit this in at the perfect moment?
Well, the perfect moment I think would have been several years ago, but we made it work.
I know that Jacksonville International obviously offers a lot of international flights. Will we see more offered when this is completed?
Well, what I've said about that is American Airlines is taking all these new gates. Currently, American Airlines doesn't need all these gates. So if you put two and two together, we think that's big news for American, which is our #1 carrier now in Jacksonville. I would love to see Caribbean and Mexico immediately.
And how is this tailored to, I guess, newer types of plane, international planes that have to be bigger? And just can you elaborate a little bit about how the design is tailored to more distinct flights that JIA wouldn't have been able to accept before?
Well, our airfield can handle any aircraft that flies currently in the world, the long runways. But you're right, the terminal had to be redesigned to accommodate larger aircraft. The jet bridges will be a little longer, and the area you're standing in now is wider to accommodate, international service.
Any other destinations you're hoping to see added to the docket besides international ones?
We've got a couple of domestic cities we'd like to see added, San Francisco, Seattle, but international has been our focus lately.
And just talk a little bit about how needed this is. Obviously, we have all the projects downtown. Jacksonville's growing. How does this kind of meet the growing needs of the growing city?
Mr. Chairman, would you like to?
I would just think anytime you can get direct flights to the city of Jacksonville, it helps economic development. Expansion like this will add that certain percentage of flights, so it's conducive for business, conducive for people that want to live here, that want to travel for pleasure. It's just a big, big win. Mark and his team are to be congratulated. It's a huge win for the city of Jacksonville.
Mark, this may be the same question you've been asked already, but a little bit different way. I saw you wrote, "We did it." What you wrote. Why did you pick that message to put on this beat?
It was a huge sigh of relief for me when you work so hard on a project and then unforeseen things are thrown at you, like the COVID or tariffs on steel, just everything you can imagine, and finally to be here, it's just a sigh of relief.
In terms of international, Air Canada, do you know what theirs? That was a big deal when they said they were going to start flying
Yes.
here. I think this is their last. Tomorrow's their last day, at least for this
Seasonal,
year.
yes.
Yeah. Do you think, are they coming back in the spring?
We certainly hope so. We think our relationship with Canada will only get better. We miss our Canadian friends that come to Jacksonville, and they love Florida, and we certainly miss them this summer, so we hope to see them next summer.
And in terms of the opening, can you pinpoint, like, if not the date in a month? How much can you narrow down to be ready for next holiday travel season, for instance?
I was promised Christmas present. I'll leave it at that.
And the garage contract as well?
Same thing. Same time.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Appreciate
Christmas
it.
2026.
Next year, next Christmas. Yeah.
Thank you.
A little short to get it ready by this year.
Right. It's like.